Let's get out of New Zealand, where locals are coming to terms with the latest deadly earthquake to hit the South Island. The powerful earthquake that struck overnight has killed at least 2 people, caused buildings to collapse and triggered a tsunami warning. Emergency services have now been dispatched by helicopter to isolated regions northeast of Christchurch. As Colin Cozier reports.
The earthquake has hit the South Island's northeast coast the hardest. The tourist town of Kaikoura is one of several small communities now cut off. Radio New Zealand's reporter Tim Graham has just reached the town by helicopter.
It's a pretty dramatic sight to behold when you're taking the coastal route by helicopter into Kaikoura. Massive chunks of State Highway 1 have just been covered in slips. There's sections of the railway that have buckled or been covered over in slips entirely. It looks like a huge repair job ahead.
Civil Defence Minister Gerry Brownlee has told Radio New Zealand the full extent of the damage isn't clear.
Well, one of the problems we've had is that the communication lines into Kaikoura in particular haven't been robust. They've been virtually uncontactable, apart from periodic cell coverage when people move away from the town itself, and police channels as well. So we haven't got a full picture of damage there, but I think, I'm just speculating, that had there been serious injury or suspected further loss of life, then we would have heard about it by now.
With the main highway into Kaikoura cut, the military is flying in communications equipment.
We've always thought we had resilient networks with regards to communications, but Mother Nature constantly challenges, I think, man's ability to get ahead of it.
The area's local MP, Stuart Smith, couldn't get to Kaikoura. He posted a photo on social media of him standing in a waist-high crack in the road.
I wasn't in the deepest part of the crack. I got a little bit windy and didn't think I really was a good idea to go into the deeper part in case there was another earthquake and it decided to close that crack up.
There've been over 250 aftershocks. The main 7.5 magnitude quake struck just after midnight when most people were in bed. The moment was recorded live to air on Radio New Zealand.
And yes, Wellington, we are undergoing a fairly dense earthquake at the moment. I can honestly say I doubt that I'll be able to stay in the chair for much longer. Hopefully it will calm and ease off.
The epicentre was just north of Culverden in the South Island's North Canterbury region. A tsunami warning sent thousands fleeing to higher ground. That warning was later downgraded. The tremor was felt across large parts of New Zealand. Supermarkets in Christchurch had their shelves emptied, while on the North Island, Wellington CBD was badly damaged and even the Parliament was rattled. New Zealand's Prime Minister John Key used social media to make this address to the nation.
My heart goes out to the families of the 2 New Zealanders that we know that have lost their lives as a result of the earthquake. Secondly, just to thank all of those who've been involved in giving support to others. That's a big range of emergency staff. That's a huge range of just good, decent people in the community who've been looking out for their neighbours, family and friends.
Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull said he's spoken with his counterpart.
You know, New Zealand has a great Prime Minister in John Key, and they have a lot of experience with earthquakes and natural disasters. So they are well set up to deal with this, but they know, the New Zealanders know, just as we know, that when natural disaster strikes, we are in absolute solidarity. And so I've pledged to John all resources that he needs from us will be made available, and he's appreciated that.
That's the Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, ending that report from Colin Cozier.